Kurtco. Thank you very much for asking me to do this. Thank you for letting me do it on video as well, because I think I can give you better answers on video. I'll try and speak slowly though, because I know that your English was amazing, but not first language, so I will try and be slow and steady. So question number one, how did you get into the coffee industry and who influenced you? Well, so I started my career as a prison guard. I was in a prison locking people up. And at night I used to take green coffee into the prison and roast it in a frying pan and grind it and think I was very good. And I bought my green coffee from Tom Owen from Sweet Maria's in America, in California, and he was always been my inspiration. I learned so much from his website, sweetmarias.com. And he's always been a very heavy influence on my life. Tom is an amazing guy, an amazing cupper, and he was the reason I ended up being in coffee. And I have always tried to make Has-Been the Sweet Maria of roasted coffee for Europe, and I do a bad job of it, but if I can be 1/10 as good as he is, then I'll be very proud of what we've done. So question number two is, what's the best thing about coffee people and the worst? So the best thing about coffee people is we all share the same thing in common. We love coffee, and we want to make coffee better. We want to make coffee producers better. We want to make everything better in coffee. And that's also the worst thing, because we all think that we're reinventing things. Coffee's been around for a long time, and we are not reinventing. We are adapting and changing and learning and slightly improving, but we're not reinventing. So, we've always for the last 70 years, we've tamped coffee down and we've put it in a machine and pressed a button and coffee has come out, or we've poured water over coffee and filtered it some way. These are not new things, but coffee has never been as good as it is today. So we have improved our coffee and we continue to improve. So that is the best and worst thing about coffee people, that we are constantly improving, but we think we're reinventing. Tell us about a frustrating experience and how you overcome it. Frustrating in the early days of buying coffee, that I couldn't buy all the coffee from a farm because I wasn't big enough, or I would see other people buy the same coffee and not do as good a job with it and ruin the name of that coffee, ruin the name of the farm, because one roaster did a bad job. Some people say, I don't like that coffee. Well, you didn't like it from them, but try this, and I like this coffee. So that was very frustrating in the early days. Luckily now we're able to buy a lot more exclusive coffees from producers, so we can look after the name of the farms. So yeah, that's one. Tell us how you gain the skill or technique of coffee in the coffee industry. So all of my skill has come from making lots of mistakes, and I still make mistakes now, but every mistake you learn and you get better, and that's purely the way that I have learned my experience. And roasting the coffee that we roast is making a mistake, trying to get better again, trying to get better again. So that's how I gain my skill. Tell us about the most memorable coffee you've experienced since the first cup and you called it coffee. So I remember this clearly. It was back in 2003. I was at a cupping in London and I cupped this coffee and went, oh my God, this is amazing. It was chocolate, it was smooth, and they were telling me this should be chocolate, it should be smooth, you should get the nutty taste to it. And I was like, this is chocolate, it's smooth, and I was just blown away by this coffee. And we still sell this coffee today, Brazil Fazenda Cachoeira, Yellow Bourbon. An amazing coffee, an amazing farm, and somewhere that I love. And it's still my epiphany moment in coffee, where I suddenly went, I get this, I understand, and that's the point that I've kicked on from. Kurtco, great to talk to you. Thank you for letting me do this. I hope it's useful. I hope you're able to use it. I hope to see you again in Taipei again sometime soon. But do remember, life is definitely too short for bad coffee.